a not surprising snapshot of the political class. On this program last week, I nailed the Teal Independent member for North Sydney, Keyla Tink, for declaring that Australia, quote, must keep up with the pace of the Europeans when it comes to the net zero suicide pact that the West has so foolishly signed up to. Obviously, Keyla Tink can't read or listen, otherwise she'd know something about what is actually happening in Europe. Never mind. Our climate crusader isn't putting her money where her mouth is. This morning we learned Tink holds shares in oil and gas producers and refiners, as well as in one of the world's largest toll road operators, according to her statement of interests filed with the Australian Parliament. Her personal investment portfolio includes shares in Beach Energy Limited, which supplies, quote, approximately 12% of the gas on the east coast of Australia and is aiming to grow this to 16%, unquote, through a variety of onshore and offshore gas projects. It includes Viva Energy, which operates the Geelong refinery in Victoria, one of two remaining oil refineries in Australia. She also owns shares in Transurban, a company that makes a quid by tolling drivers who are operating on petrol and diesel. This is so funny, really. Internal combustion engines, what a dope. But Tink isn't copping any criticism for her blatant hypocrisy. In response to questions put to her, Tink claimed that she only bought the shares to engage in shareholder activism. According to her spokesperson, Tink, quote, purchased small shareholdings in a number of companies where she felt shareholder activism may be a way to both better understand the entities involved and potentially exert pressure from within to drive reform. In each instance, so her spokesperson said, Kylie's been very vocal in her desire to see change and reform and remains committed to exploring shareholder activism as a way to effect change. Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. These so-called Teal independents from the ritzy eastern suburbs and leafy lower north shore of Sydney are all the same. They're pushing a suicidal net zero agenda that won't affect them financially, but it comes at a great cost to the majority of the punters who are battling to pay for their mortgages, their groceries and their power bills. But when they're called out for their hypocrisy, they refuse to take responsibility and instead conjure up some pathetic excuse nobody at the local pub would buy. And their ideas are becoming more and more illegitimate and irrelevant given the startling energy crisis that's being inflicted upon Europe. Just ask billionaire electric vehicle magnate Elon Musk. This week, Musk said, quote, civilization will crumble, unquote, if the world suddenly halted the use of oil and natural gas. He told his Finnish audience that the Scandinavian nation should ramp up exploration for oil and gas. Now, this comes only 7 years after the same man, Elon Musk, said our current dependence on fossil fuel was the dumbest experiment in history by far, and warned that the society would, quote, come to an end, unquote, if the world didn't stop burning fossil fuels. So there you have it. People are finally waking up to this net zero nonsense. But it looks like Australia is deaf, and we can thank hypocrite politicians like Keyla Tink. But I suppose look around Parliament House, Tink is not on her own.